Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Looney. I hope you're all doing well. And this evening's video is going to be on a couple of cool Volkswagens that I picked up today when I was out and about on my travels. As it says in the title of the video, I found Herbie, and as you can see, that is what I found. So anyway, as I was saying, I was out and about on my travels with a friend of mine who wanted to go and look in a train shop to pick up some bits for his train set that he's got. And whilst I was in there having a look around myself at some of the trains and other various bits, I come across a real large range of Oxford diecast. And I wasn't particularly out to buy anything, to be honest. I was just looking. And then I come across, like I said, this little Herbie model and another really cool Volkswagen that I'm going to show after this. So I thought, I can't resist it, I'm going to have to buy it. It's not in a scale that I would usually collect. It is in 1/76th scale. That is what Oxford is mainly known for. It is made, a lot of the stuff they make is for like dioramas and train sets and other type stuff. They do some other sizes. They do some 1/46th scale, and they do, I think they're mainly popular for the 1/76th and the 1/43rd scale, and I think they even do some smaller stuff as well, some real micro stuff. They don't do much 1/64 stuff, unfortunately. But anyway, enough of the talking. Let's take a look at what it is I've picked up. So as you can see, it was £7.45, which is expensive when you compare it to a larger premium, I suppose. But you do get a really nicely done model. So it just says underneath, there you go, so it just says 53 Volkswagen Beetle, that's the colour, as you can see, and just some trademarks and trademarking and stuff. But let's pop it out the back of this, so it should unwrap, and there it is. Now these, like I said, these models are quite small. I haven't got any 1/64 scale Volkswagen Beetles. I have got a 1/64 scale Beetle downstairs. It's obviously bigger, but not massively bigger. Not massive, but it's. I might get it at the end just to compare the scale size difference. But like I said, let's see if we can remove this case. These are very nicely done. So get the case off. Bear with me. There we go. Almost. Is it going to come off? There we go. So there it is. So as you can see, it is based on the Herbie Volkswagen. It is very nicely done. It's got the same red, white, and blue stripe going over across the top. It's got the 53. It's got the same looking bumpers, same colour. It doesn't say on the card that it's an official Herbie product. It just says official licensed product from Volkswagen. But it is. I've looked it up, and we all know the film, and it is pretty much spot on. So we will remove this off the base and take a closer look. So just bear with me while I undo the screws and take a closer look. So like I said, I have about, this would be about I've got two more now, so how many have I got in my collection? I've got about 7 1/76th scale models in my collection. Like I said, I don't really go after this scale, but I just couldn't resist it. I had to pick these up. So now it's off the plinth. It has got a little bit of weight to it. It is all die cast, as you can hear, and I don't know how well this is coming across, but it is very nicely done. I can see what looks like a grey interior, possibly. Can't quite tell. You can see the steering wheel. Let's see if we can get some zoom on and see if we can. So you can see the steering wheel there is pretty accurate. It does look like the proper steering wheel this period of car had. You can even see the ribs in the seats. It's just my lighting here is not very good, but Yeah, it is nicely done. Like I said, I have looked at this obviously earlier on in the light, and it is surprising the amount of detail you get for something that's so small. But anyway, we'll go back to the... So there we go, and there's the underneath. So it is a plastic base, but they are real rubber tyres, and it does roll. But like I said, it isn't like this camera work's not doing it justice, because it hasn't got a solid lump for the steering wheel. It has actually got a proper spoked steering wheel with the horn ring that goes around the bottom there. So anyway, so that is the Herbie model, and like I said, I just couldn't resist it. I couldn't leave it behind. I had to buy it. So that's the first piece. Let's just move that to one side. And then the second piece I picked up is this very cool, it looks like it's based on the bay window Volkswagen, but this is the Volkswagen pickup. So it just says underneath, again, it should just say, yeah, pastel white VW pickup. So again, just a bit of official trademarking. Let's just take this off, and it's time to see if we can get the case off a bit better than earlier, if possible. They are quite fiddly, these cases, I must admit. Yeah, got it. And there it is. So again, I couldn't leave this behind. I just thought it was so nicely done. Again, it is small, but obviously it's not as small as the little Beetle. But again, we will remove it off its plinth and take a closer look. And like I said, I will most likely keep these in their case just because they are smaller. But I'm glad I picked them up. Like I said, even though it's not a scale that I usually collect, I tend to only collect nowadays 1/64 scale or 3-inch, which is obviously toy car scale, and I've got the odd 1/43 scale. I've got about 40 or 50 1/43 scales in my collection as well, which I will show some more of at a later date. But you got to pick up what you like. But look at, like I said, look at the detail on it. For something that's so small, you can even see what looks like some detail on the hubcaps. And there is the back. So you've got some nice plate detail. That is a separate piece for the bumper. But fantastic little car, or should I say pickup. That's metal. It is metal. It has got a nice little weight to it for what it is. There is the front. So the lights are painted in, got the big Volkswagen sign, some windscreen wiper blades, you can see the ribbon on the seats. Let's see if we can get this steering wheel a bit better this time. So there's the gear lever, you've got the black trim around the windows. I'm just trying to get the steering wheel is so nicely done. Having a light issue, that's the only problem here. Should have filmed this a bit earlier. But there is the steering wheel. So like I said, lots of detail packed into something that's very small. And again, there's the base. So it just says Oxford. But as this is screwed on the back, I may just undo the screw and let's take a closer look at how well they get the detail done on the inside. Just bear with me. Right, and I'm back. I've just undone the two little grub screws at the back. So you have obviously this outer die-cast shell, and the glass is sort of, you can see the glass is riveted in at the top, and obviously this back piece is riveted in. So I have done this before to some of these models just to show how well they're delicately put together. So you can see that they obviously use these on the van versions as well. But like I said, it's such a small model, but look at the detail. You can see, obviously, like I said, the steering wheel, 3-spoke. Well, the looks of it, is it a 3-spoke? No, it's a 2-spoke. That's my mistake. But It is very nicely done. Like I said, it's just the fact that my camera works not doing it just. There you go. You can even see the dashboard. You can see all the. You can see the radio there. You can see the little air part of the air conditioner, well, not air conditioner, but for the air, just to let some air in the cabin. So very nicely done. Like I said, this looks like it's used. They use the same pattern on other models. Anyway, I'll quickly stick it back together. So there it is, all back together. So it's really quick. So like I said, it comes to pieces into 3 separate bits. You had the base, had the wheels attached to the base, and the bumpers were attached to the base, and then you had this inner piece. So there's quite a few intricate little pieces. If you were to actually break it all right down, there's quite a few pieces in this. So anyway, so that is the bay windowed pickup, brain switched off then, VW pickup, and that I do like a lot. And I just thought I'd show one other one in my collection. Like I said, I got about 7 with these 2 new pieces. I got about 7 1/76 scale in my collection, and this is a truck made by I think the company, it's called Commercials, and basically they make trucks. But again, I just wanted to show one of my. I've got quite a few of the. I'll say quite a few of these. I've got about another 2 or 3 of these in my collection, but I just thought I'd show my favourite one. Just to give a scale size difference in what they're like when they're actually, you know, truck form. But this is based on a removal truck, but it's just really nicely done, real crisp detail. This isn't made by Oxford, like I said. This is made by a company called Commercials, which I don't think are being made anymore. So this is a Bedford TK. And my neighbour, where I grew up, had one of these in this colour. Not with this though. He had the normal sort of. It was a tipper. It was a TK, Bedford TK tipper. But again, this is quite weighty and just really nicely done. And this is about 20-year-old, believe it or not. I got this from a car boot sale was it last year? I can't remember now. But I have got some other trucks in my collection. But I will just show 1/64 scale quickly compared to that other Beetle. Right, so I've got my Schuko Volkswagen Beetle to show, because being it's to scale. And this isn't a huge model. But anyway, you can see the size difference now. There is quite a... It's not massive, but it is obviously bigger, as you can see. But... It's as detailed as this one, pretty much. But anyway, so with that, like I said, if you come across some Oxford diecast, I'm sure you can get it all over the world. But if you get a chance to grab some, I would grab some, because you know, don't let the scale size put you off. Because basically, any of us that collects Matchbox, as we all know, Matchbox is all over the shop when it comes to scale size. It's very rarely 1/64 scale size, and a lot of their stuff is actually 180, 82 or 186 and all over the shop. So, you know, I know a lot of my Matchbox trucks are as big as this, you know, so it actually fits in with the Matchbox stuff quite well, this 1/76 scale. But anyway, like I said, if you find some, try it out. It is pretty cool. But with that, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more unboxing videos, wheel swaps, customs, vintage Matchbox Mondays, and all that good stuff to come. Hoping to be showing some customs possibly over the weekend, maybe Monday. We'll see how the weather goes. But with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.